Duke will go ahead and get the start at the point guard position tonight, Coach. That is a much different look than what we've seen from Will Jones. Cam Langley not getting the start.
Maybe he's trying to send a message, Mr. Turkin. I don't know. I'm surprised that Kyle Duke has played exceptionally well, but you're talking about the senior all-time assist leader in the MEAC. Again, maybe he's trying to send a message to Cam that he's expecting him to play better once they get into Big South play.
Ball game.
You got to shoot in the 70 percentile to win a championship, and 58% is not going to get you to the semifinals. Because as you well know, in tournament play, it's usually half-court possessions, especially down the last 6 minutes of the ball game, when being able to be a marksman from the foul line is so critically important.
It will be Hinton and Morris into the center circle, and we are underway in East Greensboro. Kyle Duke, the freshman from Toronto, Canada, will get things rolling for the Aggies. It'll be interesting to see how he leads this offense.
And it appears as if the Mustangs have started in a 1-2-2 wide zone.
Demetric Horton. Down low to Robinson, and he will draw the early foul on the Mustangs as Hinton will get charged with his first personal of the day.
Good patience that time by the Aggies. They worked the ball around the court, found a posting Robinson, and he was able to create a foul situation.
Robinson able to go ahead and make his first. Jeremy Robinson on the season, just a 42% free throw shooter, as you see Will Jones and the rest of the Aggie staff on screen.
Very focused, it appears, by Coach Jones. And great hustle that time by Duke.
Trapped in the corner are the Mustangs. And here comes Mid-Atlantic Christian. It's Aidlet.
They want to push the pace, it appears.
Kevin Fletcher, averaging 22.9 points per game. He shoots almost 40% from the field.
And the Aggies open it up in what I call a soft man-to-man.
Lucky Roy can't finish there, and that rebound will go out of bounds off of the Mustangs. Jeremy Robinson and the Aggies have been challenged by Will Jones today to start being more productive on the glass. Letting little ones like that slip out, that's not going to please the head coach.
That's just what I said in the opening, that they've got to eat the glass. You got dominated on Saturday by the Bison.
It's Watson in the corner. The Aggies working around the perimeter. 8 on the shot clock. Watson draws in the defender, rips the 3, misses. Horton tries to grab that rebound. It'll go out of bounds, and it's a great opportunity for us to get our keys to the game, brought to you by Ingles.
And they are, again, the Aggies need to improve their overall team defense from Saturday. They need to eat the glass and have better shot selection. As far as the Mustangs, they need to get off to a positive start, control the tempo, and shoot at a high percentage and get Kevin Fletcher a number of offensive opportunities.
Here's Horton. A&T with a size advantage, though, still seem content working around the arc. Here's Fletcher.
Yeah, they've got to attack the interior of that wide 1-2-2 zone.
The toss down low. Hinton can't finish, and that will stay with Mid-Atlantic Christian.
Nice give and go that time from Fletcher to Hinton. Hinton just missed the bunny, the chippy.
Mid-Atlantic Christian has played two Big South opponents already this season, Longwood and Hampton, giving up an average of 97 points per game against Big South teams. Here's Fletcher, lets it fly. That one won't go. And Morris will grab the board and clear it away.
Nice two-handed strong rebound that time by Morris. And the Aggies need to take advantage of their size.
That jumper short. In transition comes Totten. Lets it fly. The teardrop rolls out. And back in the other direction, Kyle Duke will push the pace. Into the corner. Horton, three ball. That one no good.
Got a fast-paced action right now, but not much productivity on the offensive end. Both teams are pushing up and down. Aggies sticking with the man-to-man. Mustangs playing a wide 1-2-2 zone.
3 minutes into this game, and we still don't have a made field goal.
And we still don't.
Here's Duke. Coast to coast, can't finish.
Nice Euro step that time by Duke. Just kissed it off the glass just a little bit too hard.
North Carolina A&T 0 for 4 from the field to begin the game. Totten kicks it back. Fletcher lets it fly. That one no good, and Watson will grab it off the iron.
A little sloppy play last time down on the offensive end by the Aggies.
The southpaw, that one off the heel, nothing doing. Horton throws it up and in.
Nice offensive rebound that time by Horton. Been in the right place at the right time. Aggies showing the half court, their famous half court 1-3-1 half court trap.
Hinton kicks it out. Lucky Roy. He has nowhere to go. And now the Aggies will force a full half court set.
They got back and changed from the 1-3-1 half court to straight man.
Fletcher lets everybody know the bank is open after
hours. The bank
hours.
was wide open that time. An efficient offense is many times better than a good defense. And that's what that was. Maybe even a lucky offense.
Mid-Atlantic Christian looks like they're in a soft 2-3 zone.
Yeah, it's a 1-2-2 that may morph into a 2-3, but it's wide, and the Aggies are not doing a very good job of executing against it. And again, we talked about one of the keys for the Mustangs is controlling the tempo, and they are doing an excellent job with their defense by controlling the tempo. They're making the Aggies have to work. Good ball movement that time.
Aidlet drops it in for Trey.
And now they go on a made basket to a 1-2-2 3-quarter trap, which will go back into a 1-2-2.
5 minutes in, and Mid-Atlantic Christian leads 6-3. Feed at the block. Robinson backing down. Spins, fires, scores.
And that's where the Aggies need to have their bread buttered tonight, is attack the interior of the zone defense by the Mustangs.
Lucky Roy has his pass stolen away by Robinson. Through the defender and in. We have a timeout taken. On the floor, we'll take it with them. We're back after these messages on ESPN+.
Power isn't born, it's built over.
As the Aggies have 4 new players on the court. The only starter that's still on the court is Demetri Horton. And again, they got young man Jalen Jackson is at the point of the 1-3-1, and the transfer, Colin Smith, is playing the middle of this 1-3-1, the long-rangey 6'11 transfer.
So Jalen Jackson making his season debut for North Carolina A&T. So the red shirt has been taken off.
He's now a freshman.
That shot from the wing, no good from Fletcher. And here's Cam Langley.
And the young man, Matthews, had an outstanding game against Wake Forest. Shot the lights out of the ball.
15 points in that one, and he converts on a three-point opportunity.
I talked him up to make a big-time three ball.
He's had a couple of big games against Power 5 opponents. 10 points against Stanford, 15 against Wake Forest. As Smith will have that one go out of bounds off of Lucky Roy.
As the trap was very effective that last time by the Aggies. Their long, rangy guys are just a little bit bigger and a little bit stronger than the Mustangs.
Some substitutions out on the floor. Jajor Lambert will check in.
And the Aggies need to just go in, well, that was a heat check that time by Matthews.
North Carolina A&T on the season shooting just 30% from downtown.
That's what we talked about in our keys to victory. They've got to work on understanding what's a good shot selection. And Coach Jones gives them the freedom on the offensive end, but that's still, you need to have a much better understanding what a good shot is.
Jackson's first opportunity won't go. Here's Smith. And the ball gets knocked loose.
You don't bring it down with little folks around you. They're like little crabs.
Here's Hinton. Over to Lambert.
High ball screen.
Lambert averaging 4 points per game. Lets it fly. That one short. And the rebound is collected by Smith.
You could see it in Lambert's eyes that he was going to get that shot. He had made his mind up early on off the pick and roll.
Langley with the made jumper.
Maybe not starting will ignite Cam Langley to have a real solid game, which I'm sure Coach Jones is looking for.
Fletcher picks up the loose ball, sends it out to Hinton. Down the lane and converts. Count the bucket and one.
Nice strong move that time by Jaheim Hinton.
You mentioned Cam Langley, Coach. And over his last two, he's averaging 9.5 points per game, 8 of 13 from the field, 4 rebounds a night, 5.5 assists per game in that 2-game span. And yet, there still seems to be something missing when it comes to leading the offense. Can you pinpoint what that potentially may be? I mean, he is a graduate student. He's someone who's been in this system now. This is his 5th season. So what could it be? Or do you think that it's maybe there's just a lot of film out on him and the old dog has to learn some new tricks?
Well, I think personally it's two things. One, he's getting used to a group of new players, and we'll continue when we come out of the media timeout.
A&T up 3. We're back after this on ESPN+.
Things I think that are, contributing to his slow start. One, he's getting used to new teammates for the most part. 70% of his teammates are new. And two, he's still dealing with several nagging injuries. that you can see seem to bother him at some point during the game. But it appears statistically that he's beginning to play a little better, and you hope that between now and January the 5th, he can get physically 100% and be ready to have a big game against Presbyterian here in the Club Corbett.
After a few turnovers, and yet another one, A&T breaks things out. Matthews will take it himself.
Nice read that time by Matthews. Drew the defense, didn't kick it, but used a nice little hesitation dribble to make the defender step to the other offensive player, and he was able to take it right to the rack.
Milton Matthews, 5 points, 2 of 3 shooting so far.
At every position, the Aggies are bigger than the Mustangs. Nice little quick move that time.
Fletcher no good off the heel. And he's 1 for 7 on the night.
And that's good defense, hopefully, by the Aggies, because he's the guy that nice pass that time by Cam Langley to Jalen Jackson. Nice assist by the all-time assist leader, Cam Langley.
And a blocking foul by Duke.
He got there just a second late and flopped on the play.
Yeah, there didn't seem to be much contact on that.
No, that was a nice flop.
And it ended up not working in his favor. As you see, Alan Harris, the 7th-year head coach at Mid-Atlantic Christian University.
Does an excellent job of playing all levels and then comes back to his league and does a good job. Excellent coach.
Cortavion Wilder. Wilder down the lane, tries to drop it off for Wellens. Wellens. That hook won't go.
Nice little jump hook that time. 6'11" freshman from Hampton, Virginia. Wellens, they brought him in to combat the size of Colin Smith.
Jackson down the lane, and he will head to the line for 2 shots.
Nice weak side cut that time by Jackson. Cut from the wing to the interior of the zone, and Cam Langley got it to him. Got fouled on the play. Opportunity to get 2 points from the free throw line.
So Jalen Jackson, the native of Atlanta, Georgia, will make the first.
Went to Green Forest Academy. Atlanta is a fertile ground for basketball recruits. Used to recruit Atlanta very heavily during my coaching days.
Fletcher will come out. Jordan Torrey will check in for Mid-Atlantic Christian. That shot no good. Man-to-man now for North Carolina A&T as Langley will steal the ball away. Duke throws it down low to Jackson, and he can't handle that pass. With 10:03 to go here in the first, the Aggies lead it 17-9.
Great on-ball defense that last time by Cam Langley. Anticipated the move by Lambert and just swiped him. Nice clean pick.
Well, Cy, 10 minutes into this ball game, and North Carolina A&T already with 7 turnovers.
Yes, I had that circled. And they're only shooting, I think, right now, right around 20% from the three-point line.
1 of 5, you are exactly correct. That one gets thrown up and won't go. Jackson clears the board.
The Mustangs are getting shots, they're just not falling.
3 of 15 from the deck so far. Jackson tries the baseline, kicks it out. Watson down the lane and cannot finish. And on the second opportunity, he will head to the line for 2 shots.
Nice show and go that time by Watson. Got to the rack and created a foul situation. Missed the first shot, stuck with it, and was able to get his offense, get his own rebound, and draw the foul with a nice head and shoulder fake.
Marcus Watson has had an up and down couple of weeks. An absolutely spectacular game at ETSU. 19 points, 10 rebounds on 6 of 12 shooting. However, in the last ball game against Howard, 5 points, 2 of 11 from the field. At UCF, he went 2 for 9 from the deck.
And this is what, in my conversations with Coach Jones, the inconsistencies with Marcus is something that really concerns Coach Jones. As the Aggies are definitely going 50% from the free throw line. Good hustle that time by Langley to create an offensive rebound to give Watson a chance to make an uncontested field goal.
This one won't go for Torrey. And the ball will go out of bounds off of Mid-Atlantic Christian.
As the Mustangs, again, are getting to the rim, but they're just not finishing. It's almost like a lid is on the basket for the Mustangs. And the Aggies are doing a good job, as they normally do, of changing defenses. They use a lot of 1-3-1 half-court trap that morphs into a man, and then they show the matchup zone, and they trap out of it. Again, the Mustangs are doing a good job defensively of sticking with the wide 1-2-2, and the middle is open, and the Aggies got to exploit it. And they really are not at this point.
Watson finds Matthews, and he's able to drain the 3.
And that's a positive sight for Coach Jones to see Milton Matthews make that 3-point ball.
Hinton kicks it out. Alexander, the response won't go. And Watson with the outlet pass to Duke. The freshman. That pass stolen away by Alexander. He'll pull up, 7 out, misses.
And Alexander was a little intimidated that last time by Watson, as Watson was taking the angle to block the shot.
Matthews stops, pops, can't put it home. And here come the Mustangs down the floor.
Action is fast and furious.
Fletcher. Hop step, up and in. And with 7:46 to go here in the first, Fletcher will head to the line to try and complete the 3-point play after these messages. South Basketball Championships at Charlotte's Bojangles Coliseum. Ticket and event information can be found now at BigSouthSports.com/CLTChamps. That's BigSouthSports.com/CLTChamps. Make plans to come support your team in Charlotte March 1st through the 6th.
So far off the bench, Milton Matthews has been instant offense. Scoring right at 10 points, shooting 2 for 3 from the 3-point line.
Horton from downtown, that one won't fall. And we have a whistle and a foul on the loose ball.
And the other thing that the Aggies are doing much better today than they did on this past Saturday is eating the glass, as we talked about in the pregame. Right now they have a 21-7 advantage on the boards.
Duke will now serve as the point guard. Finds a cutting Horton on the inbounds, and he gets bumped and fouled.
Nice baseline out of bounds set that time by the Aggies. Got a cutting Dimitri Horton to the basket and was able to get there to put himself in position to be fouled.
Horton shooting 67% on the season. And the first one will not go. North Carolina A&T now 3 of 7 from the charity stripe tonight.
Again, right around their average, and that's something that they definitely want to improve upon as they get into Big South play. A little 1-3-1 half-court, three-quarter court trap by the Aggies.
A&T sitting in the bottom 15 teams in the nation in free throw shooting percentage.
That's not a place you want to be, Spence.
Torrey.
And they drop out of, as you can see, they drop out of the 1-3-1 into a man-to-man. They confuse the Mustangs as to how to attack. Nice give and go that time.
The pass down low, and Lucky Roy puts it in off the glass.
Nice feed that time from Totten.
North Carolina A&T 9 of 19 from the deck, but struggling from downtown, just 2 of 7. Morris inside, rolls it in.
And that's where they need to, that's where they should live in this ball game. Maurice and Smith should be in double digits in this game.
Torrey to the rack, takes it and scores, count the bucket and one.
Nice move that time by Torrey. Kissed it off the glass, nice show and go as you see here on the replay. Nice little head fake, extension, and created the foul and scored the basket.
Jordan Torrey, the freshman from Virginia Beach.
A lot of young freshmen on this team. Coach Harris got a bright future with these guys if he can keep them, and they can get better every year in their conference. Still showing the 3-2 zone. Again, right now, Morris needs to be ducking in. The middle is wide open. He's staying behind the guy. Maybe that's why Coach Jones is calling timeout, to make him understand and see what he's apparently not seeing versus the defense.
Well, that's why you play some of these types of games against a non-NCAA opponent, to work through some things and use it as a learning experience. But if you're North Carolina A&T, I mean, right now you have to be a little worried. This is...
If I'm Harry and I'm 6'10", and I see, and the tallest man is like 6'6", 6'5", guarding me, I'm not going to play behind him. I'm just going to duck. That's not even a play. That's just basketball instincts, that I've got to see that the middle is open. This guy's behind me. I'm 5 inches taller than him. I'm going to just duck in hard and demand the basketball. And you can see now Coach Jones has set up a side out of bounds play where, well, Morris is right in the middle, and he goes, he needs to see, he's still playing that short corner. He needs to duck.
Watson pulls up. That one no good, and the rebound is taken by Hinton.
And that's just what the zone is designed to do. Make the Aggies play the game from the perimeter.
Fletcher, 2 of 8 on the night. He has struggled mightily. He pulls up, fadeaway jumper will go.
But you can see the young man got game. That was a nice score off the bounce that time.
Fletcher now with 8 points. Horton. 8 on the shot clock. Watson to the hole. Stops, fires, scores.
Nice little mid-range that time by Watson. 2 dribble pull-up.
The feed down low, and Totten will have to reset. Here's Hinton. Fletcher now from the elbow. Nothing doing.
Aggies looking to push.
Duke already with 4 turnovers in this ball game. Robinson to the hole, and he finishes strong.
And that's what the Aggies need to do. They need to live in the paint. Just utilize their athleticism and their size and strength.
Mid-Atlantic Christian 0-2 against Division I opponents this season. As that three will go, the lucky roll for Lucky Roy.
Lucky Roy, the rim was kind for Lucky Roy.
Watson can't finish high off the window, and the Mustangs break things out 3-on-2. And that will go out of bounds off of Mid-Atlantic Christian for the 6th turnover of the night for the Mustangs. 3:46 to go here in the first half. North Carolina A&T leads it by 8. We're back after this.
A little over 16 minutes in the first half. Your two centers, Morris and Smith, have two field goal attempts between them and 2 points. And you're talking about 16 minutes played. Between the two of them, they should at least have 8 attempts when the team's size is what it is. So the Aggies got to do a better job of attacking the interior of that zone defense.
That shot from downtown, no good. Morris able to chase down the board.
And that's the thing that the Aggies are doing really well. They're dominating the glass, and they should, based on the size differential between the Mustangs and the Aggies.
The lob for Watson, who slams it down.
Don't be so mean, young fella. Get it done. Marcus Watson. Nice feed from Duke.
Totten finds Fletcher, who will reset the offense. Torrey down the lane, and that one stuffed.
Torrey.
Here comes Duke. And Jackson puts it down.
Bob City that right now for Duke. Two assists in a row off of 2 lobs. Jackson and Watson. Making the young fella look good as a point guard.
Fletcher lets it fly, and that one finds the bottom of the cup.
Fletcher's got game.
Duke. The teardrop won't fall. Jackson goes high for the board and has it stripped away by Lucky Roy. To the wing for Torrey. That three, no good.
And that's the difference in how the game is played now, Spence. Torrey had a layup for 2 points and ran to the 3-point line and missed the 3-point shot.
That pass stolen away. And Totten makes North Carolina A&T pay.
Cut the lead to 7.
Duke from downtown. That shot good.
They played a little horse that time. They dared him to shoot. They didn't guard him. And he said, let me show you. I've got big-time range.
A&T's lead is 10. Fletcher's response. That one no good. Here's Watson. Drops it off to Horton, who lays it in.
Perfectly executed transition game that last time by the Aggies.
Fletcher has that one poked out by Duke.
Great transition offense by the Aggies. Nice lead dribble by Watson. Dropped it off. That's what you practice every day in 3-on-2, 2-on-1 type of drills. And when you see it converted during the game, that makes you feel good that what you're practicing the young men are getting.
conversation over at the table right now.
See if the Aggies can take a double-digit lead into halftime. Now they're showing a 2-3 matchup. Big-time size. You got a 6'10 and a 6'11 on the floor for the Aggies.
Aidlet has it poked out. Here's Duke. 1-on-3, and it's stolen back. Fletcher behind the defense, and he is fouled by Jackson. And he will head to the line for 2 shots. It's not a bad foul, though, if you're Jalen Jackson. You make Fletcher head to the line where he's going to have to sink those 2 instead of a wide-open breakaway dunk.
Quick hands that led to the steal by Lambert. Nice hit-ahead pass to Fletcher. Fletcher 1 for 1 so far for the game.
And that one no good.
Good foul. That has turned out to be a great foul. Give the Aggies 36.8 seconds to work with.
Fletcher 11 points, 4 of 12 from the field. Usually shoots around 40% from the field. Against Carolina University, he had 20 points on 7 of 21 shooting. So not afraid to put up the shots.
Oh, he's got a nice game.
Horton, the runner. That won't go short. The outlet. Fletcher comes away with it. Count the bucket and 1 for Fletcher against Colin Smith.
Euro step, took it to the rim, and now he has a chance to cut the Aggie lead to 8. I think that was the shot was a little quick on the Aggies end the last time down.
And they actually charged that foul to Harry Morris instead.
Got to take the last shot, Aggies, 17, 15 seconds.
Shot clock is off. Duke will hold. Five to work with. Duke over to Horton. Pulls up deep. And misses off the heel. And North Carolina A&T going to head to the locker room up 39-31. We've got Carolina as Mid-Atlantic Christian hanging around with the Aggies.
Nice little crowd here for a Tuesday late evening, early evening game against a non-D1 opponent.
It is Community Day here in Greensboro, so free admission for the fans to come on out and check out some basketball.
Right before the Christmas holidays. Aggies opening up in the man-to-man.
Aidlet will throw it over to Hinton, who mishandles the basketball. And it'll go out of bounds off of North Carolina A&T.
13 seconds left on the shot clock, and you get a little smile from Coach Harris as to telling Hinton, man, catch the ball.
Got to make sure you have possession before you start turning up court. That pass stolen away by Jackson, and he slams it home.
You could see that coming a mile away. Great anticipation that time by Jalen Jackson. Having an awesome game as a freshman. 7 points now. Getting the start again. Little trap being executed.
And Aidlet will draw the foul on Jackson.
A little over-aggressive that time out near the half-court line for Jalen. That's a big basket to get the Aggies up 10 points right at the start of the second half. As I always talk about, Spence, to you, the first 5 minutes of the second half are always critical one way or the other.
That layup attempt, no good. And Langley will pick up the ball off the deck. The lead to Smith, and he'll lay it up and in.
Nice run out that time. Nice hit-ahead pass. Langley to Smith, that's a nice combination.
North Carolina A&T starting to turn up the pressure.
And it's all about defense is the way you do that, and that's what they're doing. Good on-ball pressure that time by the Aggies.
7 on the shot clock. Fletcher has to do something. 2 to work, pulls up from downtown. And that's a shot clock violation.
Great defensive sequence over the last 2 defensive opportunities for the Aggies. And a quick timeout by Coach Harris. He doesn't like what he's seeing from his unit.
And we'll take it with them. They've got a pretty good teacher back at home. That pass for Jackson, and he completes the alley-oop.
Don't be so mean, young fella. Nice backside lob play. Langley to Jackson. That's three lobs they've thrown so far in this ball game. All been successful.
Hitting, stopped at the free throw line. There have been rave reviews about Jackson's play in practice, as that one poked out, and it'll go out of bounds off of the Mustangs. So a turnover forced by that A&T defense, the 9th of the day for Mid-Atlantic Christian. And Jackson getting his opportunity here to show everybody what he's made of.
And making the most of it. And that middle is wide open.
Horton from downtown, that one pure.
As the Aggies are putting on an offensive spurt right now. Increased the halftime lead of, I think, 39-31 to now they have held the Mustangs scoreless in the first 3 minutes, and they've ripped off 9 points.
That shot off the heel won't go, and a miscommunication on the rebound between Jackson and Matthews.
And that's how you like to see the first 5 minutes of a game go, where you come out and you establish who's the dominant team. And that's what A&T's done in the second half, and they've done it by their defensive effort, with their defensive effort. And you foul a three-point shooter that time.
That foul will be charged to Milton Matthews. Matthews with 10 points on 4 of 6 shooting. He's 2 of 3 from downtown. But that's his 3rd personal foul on the evening.
And he's showing
Alan Harris there on the Mustangs bench. Free throw shooter Tim Aidlet, a 72.7% shooter.
See if Aidlet can get the hat trick. No, I talked him out of it.
So Cam Langley will lead the offense back up the floor for North Carolina A&T. Horton kicks it out to Matthews, launches the 3. That one no good. And the rebound grabbed by Langley. Smith, the putback.
What a great tip pass by Langley that last time. His basketball IQ is off the chart. He got it and just tipped it right away to Colin Smith. Excellent unselfishness by Cam Langley.
Hinton takes it against Smith. That one rejected. Ball is tied up, and it'll go with North Carolina A&T.
And see, that kind of play that Langley just made to Smith, that'll make Smith want to play because he was open several times and they, for whatever reason, didn't get into basketball. But then Langley, instead of bringing that ball down on the rim, he just tipped it right over to Smith. Smith was able to get an easy layup.
It's Aggie basketball.
So now Cam Langley will try and lead this offense yet again. Langley to the corner for Horton. That three won't go. Jackson will clean things up.
Jackson doing his thing as a freshman, having a nice ball game.
Jalen Jackson up to 11 points.
Nice ball screen that last time by Hinton.
Hinton shot a brick.
I must say that's what it was, Spence.
The lob to Smith. Sends it into the corner. Now Jackson stops, pops, can't finish. We have a whistle and a foul. And Jackson will head to the line on the other side of this timeout. 52-32, A&T extends.
About 6'3", seems as if he's going to have a bright future for the A&T Aggies.
That's the strong move of the game, brought to you by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. North Carolina A&T much better here in half number 2, shooting 6 of 9 from the field.
Speaking of the Aggies, last week the HBCU All-Star Game Independent Team of the Week was the North Carolina A&T Aggies with their big win over East Tennessee State University, 69-67. So congratulations to the Aggies for being named the HBCU All-Star Game Independent Team of the Week.
And of course, A&T deemed in the independent group because they're not a member of one of the two major HBCU conferences. So it is Hampton, North Carolina A&T, and Tennessee State that fall under that category.
Correct.
Fletcher gets stuck. Kicks it out. Torrey has that pass picked off. Here's Jackson down the lane, and that one gets knocked out, and it'll go off of his knee and out of bounds.
Great defense that time by Lambert. But nice anticipation by Jalen Jackson. I'm sure he is showing the coaching staff something with his effort defensively and with his offensive skills. He's having a nice ball game up to double figures. Actually, he's leading the team in scoring. Really solid half-court defense in the second half by the Aggies. They've held the Mustangs to 1 point over the last 5 minutes of the first half. And it's all about effort. A lot of effort that's shown in the second half was not there in the first half.
Matthews kicks it out to Horton. Now it's Langley's turn. 10 on the shot clock. Smith turns, fires, misses. And that one will bounce around, and it will go in the other direction.
Nice little mid-range jumper that time. You got to give the big fella some touches. That was his only his third field goal attempt. And, for him to get comfortable, this being only his third game, here's a showtime play right now.
Smith goes up and slams it home.
Nice ball skills for a 6'11" center.
He was UCF's leading scorer during the 1920 campaign, 12.6 points per game. Shot just over 46% from the field.
That's why you got to let him touch it some, Spence. he's already proven that he has offensive skills, but you know, if you're only touching the ball as far as field goal attempts 3 or 4 times, you're never going to get your rhythm. So the Aggies got to make it a point to let him get, you know, 8 to 10 shots, and with his ability and where he's shooting from, he could be a 60% field goal shooter.
That shot will not go as the Mustangs now 6 of 10 from the line on the evening.
And Fletcher has been very quiet. The Aggies have done an excellent job the first 5 minutes of this second half defending Fletcher and defending actually the entire Mustang team. And again, they still have only 2 points after only 1 point after 6 minutes of play.
Will Jones' squad likes to hang their hat on the defensive effort that they've shown this season, holding opponents to just 70.8 points per game.
They do a great job of being versatile and showing multiple defenses.
That shot will not fall. Lambert behind the defense. He'll step back and miss that jumper.
And the Mustangs still only have 1 point after 7 minutes of play in the second half.
Jackson, hop step through the lane and in.
Jumping Jack Jackson. He's got a new nickname, Spence.
Hadn't heard that one before.
Now you have. A nice little pocket pass.
Wellens, and a foul is called against Jackson.
Yeah. We can brand that for Jalen. Jumping Jack Jackson.
Jeremy Robinson up off the bench. He's going to check in for Jackson. It's
Great
his
start.
fourth personal foul.
And for Jackson, number 1, Jeremy Robinson.
Baseline out of bounds, goes to Fletcher. It's high off the window and in.
Much needed basket for the Mustangs. Trying to get Fletcher going. Showing some trap action now defensively.
Duke will draw the foul.
Now you'll probably see a little pressure if he makes the second one by the Aggies.
Two veterans haven't been out on the floor yet for North Carolina A&T. David Beatty and Tyler May being held out for undisclosed reasons. As Duke will step up and miss the front end of 2 shots. North Carolina A&T's free throw shooting continues to be a problem. And this is now 3 or 4 years compounded on each other.
Yes, and that's, again, that's not something you want to see as a coach. And 2 other young men that we haven't mentioned today that are not dressed, Webster Fillmore and Watley, 2 bigs that are in the inside rotation, both are injured. And hopefully the Aggies come January 5th will have a full roster. And I'm not sure, you probably know a lot more about this than I do, the status of Mr. Duncan Powell, when he'll be ready to go.
The 4-star recruit that Will Jones and the staff were able to land here at North Carolina A&T as Watson through the lane, and he tried to jam that one home, and he got stripped and fouled.
Very nice remarks about Mr. Powell from J.R. Smith, who was a part of the Legacy Classic tournament, and he really spoke very highly. In fact, he talked about the fact that he and J.R. got a 4.0 last semester, by the way.
Yep.
But he talked about he and Powell having the same tutor.
Yeah, Duncan Powell, the highest rated recruit to ever sign with North Carolina A&T,
and he is
coming off an injury, and from what we have heard, the comeback is a full go. He is nearing his return date sooner than later.
He's the cousin or nephew of one of my former players here at North Carolina A&T, Adrian Powell. And Adrian was our MVP of the 2013 NCAA tournament team, MEAC tournament champions. And if the young man is anywhere near the character of Adrian, he's a fine young man. And in talking with Adrian about him, he said he's got a great basketball ability, and I'm looking forward to seeing Duncan on the floor for the Aggies sometimes real soon in January. But kudos to his cousin, Adrian, who led the Aggies to the championship in 2013. Big time.
Matthews, another three-pointer, is third of the day, and he's now 3 of 5 from downtown. Makes it a 63-34 ball game.
And two people that you would not think would be leading the Aggies in scoring tonight, Matthews and Jackson.
That one batted down. The lead pass to Watson. He'll go up and lay it in. Took the safe way to 2 points. And we have a whistle and a timeout taken by Mid-Atlantic Christian. And it will be a 30-second time.
So far, Spence, the Mustangs have scored 3 points in 10 minutes. Great defense by the Aggies in the second half. This is the kind of defensive performance and defensive effort that I'm sure Coach Jones and the coaching staff would like to see all the time.
Totten will swing the ball over to Torrey on the right wing.
Little wheel set, little curl action. That was a nice set that time by Coach Harris. They curled Fletcher off a high post screen and then tried to post him, and pass was a little errant, but he did get fouled on the play.
So we have a whistle and a substitution as Lambert will come in. Fletcher. That one won't go, and here comes North Carolina A&T. Robinson into the corner, Matthews. The heat check shot, good.
Young man is on fire, hot as a firecracker.
And North Carolina A&T starting to pull away. Torrey, nothing doing.
And it's all about defense, Spence. Aggies are playing much. This is probably the best defense I've seen them play all year.
3 points in 10 minutes. That's all that have been allowed by North Carolina A&T here in the second half as Watson pours it home.
Nice little mid-range pull-up that time by Marcus Watson. And they've done an excellent job of knowing where Fletcher, who had an excellent first half for the Mustangs.
He has 17 of the 34 Mustang points. Hitting into the corner for Lambert. That three, good.
Nice little kiss off the glass by Lambert.
Here's Alexander off the turnover, nothing doing. Watson. Puts it up high off the window and down.
Nice little snake move that time by Watson, utilizing his strength and his ball skills.
That's a mismatch if I've ever seen one. The 5'6" Lambert against the 6'11" Smith, and somehow Lambert able to put it home.
Took him to the rack that time. Said the big fella can't guard me out here. Can't even breathe out here.
Smith switched off of him and
bad
made him
switch.
pay.
Made him pay for sure.
The feed to Smith, and he'll draw the foul.
That's right. Let the big fella touch it every now and then.
So Colin Smith will head to the line, shooting 2, with 8:20 to go here in Greensboro. North Carolina A&T starting to pull away. As you see the feed, and Smith immediately fouled by Torrey. You don't want to let him just have a free lane.
And they said he wasn't shooting, so
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that one either.
Going
but,
up.
I guess they saw something. We saw something that they didn't see. And
Matthews, that one good, and A&T comes out ahead with that call.
Heat check again by Milton Matthews, showing his three-point range. This is the way he shot it against Wake Forest University.
He's 5 of 7 from downtown now.
As Coach Jones did not like that foul by Duke. He thought that was just an undisciplined type of foul. Just slide your feet and keep your hands off. This is a big confidence builder going into the Christmas break before the Aggies get a W. It appears, and get ready to have about a good week of preparation for their first big South Conference game. Nice little three-pointer that last time by Lambert.
The feed to Smith. Count the bucket and one for Colin Smith. And with 7:45 to go, he'll take his freebie on the other side of this timeout. Smith starting to get in on the action.
Strong ball skills that time by Colin Smith.
It's time for another round of Aggie trivia. So get your phones out. Hopefully you make your way over to one of the QR codes.
The Big South Conference. Colin Smith will head to the line and try and finish up the three-point play opportunity. So far at North Carolina A&T, he's averaging 6.5 points per game. In his last full season, shot 67.7% from the free throw line.
And he certainly can be a presence in the Big South. He's long. Probably needs to get stronger in his upper body. He's got good foot movement and good anticipation, and just showed the ability to put the ball on the floor from baseline to baseline and finish at the rim. So he's a big guy that the big man coach Shumpert has somebody to work with this coming season to get him ready to compete at a high level in the Big South.
Great feed stolen away
by Hinton.
And now it's taken back as Duke gets in front of it. And it's stolen away again. That's Kyle Duke's 6th turnover of the night. The three from the corner for Fletcher is short. And Matthews will go high for the board, his 7th of the evening, trying to grab that double-double. He's got 19 points already.
He's had an outstanding game, shot the three ball extremely well, and doing a good job on the glass.
That's 16 North Carolina A&T turnovers already. On the season, averaging just 12.8 a game. That loose ball grabbed by Smith, dribbles around his back. The Euro step, the layup won't fall, but he'll head to the line for 2 shots. And Colin Smith just showing off his athleticism.
Nice steal with the quick behind the back dribble as you see here in the replay. Nice little Euro step. Just a little short on the finish, but he's showing his abilities that will be a big factor moving forward for the Aggies.
And Smith will miss that. Jabril McCormick is at the table. Jalen Jackson will come in for Marcus Watson.
Probably it for Mr. Watson tonight.
24, Jay Jackson.
Watson, 13 points on 5 of 9 shooting in 22 minutes of action. That shot is good for Smith.
Replacing Colin Smith, number 21, Jabril McCormick.
So Jabril McCormick will come into the game.
As he's number 21 and listed as number 33. Nice
The
give and
feed
go.
to Hinton, and he'll lay it up and in.
A nice little pocket pass by Lambert that time.
Here's Robinson. Now it's Jackson. And he lost it on the bump.
Got a little careless with the basketball that time. What you have to do in games like this unit right here that's on the floor has got to maintain their intensity and their focus, especially from a defensive standpoint. And that's what I'm sure the coaching staff is looking for.
Alexander knocks down the 3.
And just as I was talking about defense, the Aggies let up and allow a 3-point basket by Alexander.
McCormick, hop step, throws it up, and it won't go. Robinson tries to clean it up, and he'll draw the foul.
Strong move that time. Great effort play by Jeremy Robinson.
At the line, number 1, Jeremy Robinson.
Will Jones going deep into his bench as Ahmad Hamilton at the table to check in. Robinson misses the first shot. Hamilton will come in for Milton Matthews, who's had a wonderful game, 19 points, a new career high. And Ahmad's older brother, Amari Hamilton, one of your former guards, is actually in the building tonight.
Right, he and his family. Amari, nice player for me during my tenure here at A&T. And he was even an even better person and could really shoot the ball.
Fletcher's shot won't go, skims off the iron.
They're from right down the road in Durham, North Carolina.
Hamilton. And he stepped out.
Got to put it on the floor first, Ahmad.
So North Carolina A&T leads it by 29.
Showing a little trap.
Hinton tosses it back to Lambert, lets it fly. That one won't go, and the rebound to Jackson.
Jackson has some nice offensive skills. Quick jumper.
Duke to the rack, that won't go. Here's Hamilton. From the elbow, that one no good.
Shot a little flat that time. Got to put a little arc on it, Mr. Hamilton.
Torrey. That won't fall. And we'll go out of bounds off of North Carolina A&T.
Little razzle-dazzle by Torrey. Just didn't finish at the rim. Nice reverse layup. Kissed it a little hard off the backboard.
So Trey Cruz will also come into the game out of Durham Hillside.
Another redshirt freshman.
Lambert swings it to the wing. 7 on the shot clock. Alexander tosses it up. Nothing doing. 2 to work with through the lane. Hitting. The lane opened like it was the Red Sea.
Like it parted like the Red Sea that time.
Cruz has his pass stolen away. The outlet to Alexander. And he'll lay it up and in. Here's Robinson. The feed taken. Alexander pulls up. That one no good. The putback won't go either, and Hamilton with the rebound.
I know that Aggies have this one in the bag for sure, but I know that Coach Jones is not happy right now with the sloppiness of this third group.
And we have a timeout on the floor with 3:19 to go. 79-54. North Carolina. North Carolina A&T trying to close this one out against Mid-Atlantic Christian, as Ahmad Hamilton will head to the line. Well, Coach, what have you seen out of the Aggies in this one that lets you know that they have some stuff to work on heading into conference, as well as what makes you think that they might be ready for a run?
Well, defensively, they did an excellent job in the second half. Held the Mustangs for about 10 minutes to 3 points. That's the first thing that stood out. So that tells me they're capable when they want to do it. Secondly, you improved your depth from the bench standpoint if you can get Jalen Jackson and Milton Matthews to play with this kind of consistency going into conference play. And thirdly, you've got Colin Smith to go along with Harry Morris, to go along with Watley and Fillmore. So you've got a big-time 4-man rotation that could possibly play the 5 spot, but also you can have them both on the floor at the same time, one of the 4 or 2 out of the 4 on the floor at the same time, which makes you pretty big. And now you can move Marcus Watson to the 3 position when you want to go very big. So again, some options I think that Coach Jones has, and what he's hoping now is that you get out of here over the next nice reverse layup that time by Hamilton, but you get out of here over the next 2:57 without any injuries.
Here's Alexander. Lambert drops it off, and we have a whistle and a foul on the pass. Well, the guys out there on the floor right now for North Carolina A&T are the ones who have been trying to help out in practice the most. The scout team guys, and Will Jones has mentioned many times that they have been absolutely phenomenal this year, trying to give North Carolina A&T a decent look.
I tell you what, you're only as good as your 14th, 15th man, because it's a team process, and it's great when these young men that come to work hard every day in practice and in the weight room and film, you give them a chance to get 3 or 4 minutes of live action. There's a nice little dish off that time. Lambert to, well, actually Lambert got fouled. They called it before he passed it on the replay.
Jackson from the elbow. That one no good, kicked off the heel.
Strong rebound that time by Hinton. Let's see what Lambert does.
Lambert with another three.
He gave you the Steph Curry that time. After he finished that shot, leaned back the way Steph does it sometimes.
3 for 4 from downtown is Lambert.
Maybe he's got a little Steph Curry in him. I don't think so, but maybe.
Lambert to the hole. That one blocked by Cruz. Hinton from the free throw line. No good. Lambert, the board. He'll drop it off behind his back to Hinton.
Little razzle-dazzle by Lambert. It's Lambert time.
The no-look to Hinton. That one falls. That was quite the possession.
Nice little touch that time by Lambert.
Justin Brooks now will leave it for Cruz. Into the corner. That three is good for Hamilton. Looking like his older brother, Amon Hamilton, on that shot.
Shooting a nice little three ball that time was Hamilton.
Back in the other direction comes Hamilton. Drops it off to Brooks from downtown. He can't get in on the scoring action. Cruz, the layup, leaves it short, and we have a whistle and a foul with 56 seconds to go. North Carolina A&T shot 57.9% today from the field, but the concerning number, Coach, 12 of 21 from the free throw line.
Yes, that's certainly concerning. You talking about you in the 50 percentile from the free throw line. But it appears as if the Aggies are going to get out of the preseason with 5 wins. And the big one was against East Tennessee State. They had a great opportunity to pull away a victory. I think it was South Florida. But I actually watched that game as I heard your broadcast. You know, all this is for moot now because you're getting ready. You're 0-0 as you get ready to jump into Big South play. And the good thing is you got too many turnovers. Your first game is against Presbyterian here in the Corbett Center. So January 5th, you want to try to see if you can get out to a 1-0 start.
North Carolina A&T, according to KenPom.com, with the 8th best home court advantage in the country.
Yeah, when the students hear Club Corbett is a rocking place to be.
Cruz will toss it back to Jackson, and the Aggies are going to try and let this clock run down. There's about a 0.5-second differential between the game and the shot clock. Hamilton from downtown, that one won't go. Shot clock is off. Here's Wilder. That shot rejected by Cruz.
Wilder wanted to see if he could get in the scoring book. Lambert said, yo, man, I was open.
So 5.1 seconds to go. Mid-Atlantic Christian will inbound. From downtown, Lambert, that won't go, and that'll do it. From here in Greensboro, North Carolina A&T, an 88-63 victory over Mid-Atlantic Christian. It's time for the Hercules Tires